Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today's video is a little bit different. It's going to be about my wedding and what I used to plan my wedding and what I am using since my wedding is a little over 4 months away. In terms of like a wedding binder and a planner and a place to put all of my thoughts and ideas and everything. Little disclaimer, if I sound sick, I'm getting sick, not a fan. And if I look a hot mess, I honestly feel a little bit of a hot mess. I tried to put myself back together, but I was on a field trip all day today with a bunch of 4-year-olds, so I'm a little tired, but let's get into this video. So before I show you guys what my system is now, let me show you what I first started with almost a year ago. I had notebooks with names and prices and all this stuff, so I thought I needed a binder where everything was in one place. I had a spot to list a bunch of different vendors and their pricing, and that just ended up not being the case. What I bought originally was this, the Complete Wedding Planner and Organizer from Elizabeth and Alex, who are the founders of WeddingSolutions.com. I had never heard of these guys, and when I was in chapters, I thought that this is what I needed. It is huge. It has spots for you to add more things. It is sectioned. It has pockets for things. It has a bunch of information. Each section, it has a bunch of information about fees, how much you should expect to budget for each item, things to know about each section. So for instance, this section, photography, it's just about, like, this is the bride and groom's album, and if you want to DIY an album, your options, and things to remember for engagement photos. And I didn't really, like, I thought this was nice, but that's not really why I bought it. It is nice if you are just starting out and haven't really researched anything about planning and budgeting, but I kind of had already. I've been online a lot, so that wasn't really why I bought it. The reason why I bought it was because, let me find a spot I haven't written in yet. So the reason why I bought it is because for each different vendor, this is the florist, it has possibility 1, possibility 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then down this side is a list of questions you might want to ask each vendor, like the name, the website, the address, hours, phone number for the contact person, can you preserve my bridal bouquet, can you provide silk flowers, cost, your setup and delivery fees, everything you might need to know about half a dozen different vendors. Yeah, I thought I was gonna need this. I thought the list of questions was great, but as I got emailing and looking for different vendors, I realized I didn't need this much. I didn't have a set budget for each vendor. I know I probably should have, but we just didn't. We kind of thought what we thought was reasonable for what we wanted and what we were getting. So when I was emailing people, if they sent me a quote back that was way high, I would kind of just forget about that. I would move it to a section of my email and would forget about it, and that was that. I kind of kept track, and then the people that I did like, I would email back, set up a consultation, and for the most part, those people I booked right away. But in my next video, I'm going to explain like my wedding planning so far, what I've done, what I haven't done, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that video. Like I said, if you are someone who hasn't thought about wedding planning at all, this is a great resource. Something like this would be great for you if you live in a location where you have so many options and you want to look at all those different options. Great, that's awesome. For me, my caterer, we had 2 different caterers. I ended up going with a really good recommendation. We love them. My photographer, like, my #1 pick already, so this just wasn't necessary for us once we actually got planning. It's way too in-depth for what I actually need, and I didn't pick this thing up for months because it's just too daunting. In this book as well, like under the florals, again, for example, it has like your candelabra, your buffet table, all these different things, and it's just like, I'm already online all the time. I've already been on hundreds of forums researching my flowers before I even booked them, so I knew what I wanted already. So to go through and read this wasn't really necessary for me. And then it's like, describe what you want your flowers to look like. I have a Pinterest board labeled Big Day, and inside I have sections. I have sections for my buffet, so what my setup's gonna look like, what my signs are, my bar, my setup, and my signs. I have miscellaneous signs. I have florals for me. I have florals for my girls. I have florals for my cake table as a second thing. So everything is very sub-categorized in my Pinterest board. And then once I really realized what I liked, I went through and only kept the things I wanted. So I also didn't really need this for like pasting pictures and cutting them out and putting them in here, or writing down my descriptions, because my Pinterest board is very organized. So I did waste $35 on this, but I learned that I just didn't need it. So what am I using instead of that beast? I am using this white binder. It's a 1-inch binder from Walmart. It's white. I haven't added a title page yet because I literally just made this, and I wish I would have done this video before I started writing things in, because I have written down names and phone numbers and everything, so if you see something blurred out, it is for that. But I went on Pinterest and just searched like DIY wedding binder, and this free printout came up and I loved it. I had searched through about a dozen before I found this one, but I will leave the link down below. It was completely free. It is awesome. It is just very basic for me, which I really like. So let me show you this flipped through. And let me just say that I did organize this a little bit differently than it is laid out on the printout. My first section is titled Info and Lists, and the first page is my vendor contact list. So it has cake, florist, reception, caterer, DJ, stationer, officiant, like all that kind of stuff. And then there is a list of my wedding party, maid of honor, bridesmaids, all their names and phone numbers, and any special roles they may have. And then there is a yearly timeline that you can go through and check off. So 12 months all the way through the day of, which is perfect. Just gives you a little bit of an idea of what you should be looking at. And then a running to-do list. So for me, I need to gather my addresses to send out our invites. I need to meet with our officiant, venue tour with our caterer and photographer, make signs, do some DIYs. We need to go to Party City to get a few things. So this is just like a running to-do list. Then I found this somewhere else, but it's just like a DIY wedding project planner, just so you can keep track of all those DIYs that you have going on all the time if you're a DIY bride. And then the second section I have is all about attire. So these are the beauty worksheets for your hairstylist. It has a spot for notes, the name and salon and the phone number. This one is for your makeup artist, so same thing, name, phone number, any notes. Right here I just wrote makeup for 6, and then stuff about the day of. This is all about where you got your dress and your accessories, where you got your gown, where you got your shoes, how much it was when you pick it up, and like any descriptions about it. This is where your bridesmaids. And then this is really fun. It's like an emergency kit for you to pack for the day of. Just has things like bobby pins, Tums, Band-Aids, hairspray, lipstick, everything like that. Now this is what I love about this. Is since I didn't interview that many vendors like I said before. I found one that worked, emailed them back, and booked them. So this is all the vendors. So it has each vendor listed at the top. It has the location, the contact, the email, everything like that. And then it has a really big notes section. So in the notes for my ceremony, I wrote things that we cannot forget to bring, like our license, a pen, rings, our reserve signs, everything like that for our ceremony. And then it has a ceremony worksheet, which is just the processional order, the recessional order, and different parts of your ceremony, just so you can keep track of everything and you can show this to your officiant what you have planned and they can help you with it. Same thing for the reception, the location, and then any notes. The officiant, I can show you this one up close because it just says his name. But as you can see, it has all of the contact and then a big note section. And then what I plan on doing for a few things still is I'm going to take this into Photoshop, erase this, and just put in text of my own with anything I might need. So this is super versatile. Your DJ, it's all of the different vendors. And then after each like thing, I have my DJ contract right here. I hole punched and put the contract right after their vendor page, which is super helpful for keeping track of all that stuff. It even comes with a music worksheet, so it gives you all of the things you might need songs for, things you might not think of, like something to play while your guests leave the ceremony, something to play while you are signing your marriage license, all the things, like a song if you want a special song to cut your cake to. It has everything you might need, and it's really good sometimes because sometimes you don't really think of everything. You think of like first dance and walking down the aisle, and that's it. It even has this really nice one. It's like the songs that you and your fiance really want to be played at your wedding, and then any songs your wedding party really wants, and then please do not play these songs, which I don't really know if we have any yet. It also has a rental worksheet, which I found super helpful. We booked all of our rentals before I even got this. Like I said, I just got this on the weekend. But it has things like your tent size, what kind it is, what kind of walls, do you have a dance floor, what size are your reception tables, what type of chairs you have, all of the different plates you might need, the sizes, the colors, everything like that. So on our stationery worksheet, something I wrote down in the notes section was just that we got 5x7 invites, our reply cards, and envelopes, and then I wrote down the price, so I exactly know what we got, even though I know it's written down. Now we are planning on doing a very small registry, but this is a huge list if you and your fiance are going to be moving in together for the first time into your own places after you get married. This has everything under the sun that you might need to start your first home together. Has a travel worksheet, so your hotel accommodations, airlines, and transportation that you have booked. And then just a day of wedding timeline. So that is my binder. It is super simple. Like I said, I don't really use it for posting pictures in because my Pinterest board is as organized as it can get. And it's just really simple for me. All the vendors are there, all my contacts are there. It's really easy, really streamlined. It's what I need. So I would really recommend getting a wedding binder that works for you. I mean, you may think it works for you and it doesn't, and then you buy another one, and that's okay. It happened to me. I thought it's what I needed, but it just ended up not be. I do a lot of stuff on my computer. I save a lot of stuff on my computer and didn't really go to that for the info it had about different things. When I was searching up how to address my invites, I didn't go to that. I went to Google and said, how should I address my invites? It just depends what type of person you are. I'm okay with having things online. This is really just to, if I need any information about a vendor, it's here, my contracts are here. It's really what this guy is for. I hope I didn't ramble too much. Like I said, I will leave the link for that 100% free downloadable planner link for you. And there's also some things that I left out that didn't really pertain to us, but that is okay. It might work for you. And if you need more of a certain page, you can always reprint it. Yeah, because you download it and you can make as many copies as you want. I hope you guys liked this video. Wedding stuff is coming. It is getting down to the wire and I'm so excited. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of those videos. It's about to get real, and I'll see you in the next one.